And welcome back to FXX. I'm Max, and today we're covering one of the biggest topics in finance, but also one of the most misunderstood: interest rates. You've heard about them on the news, you've seen headlines saying the Bank of England have raised its interest rates or the Federal Reserve has cut them. Traders watch them like hawks. Homeowners either celebrate them or fear them, and economists seem to make an entire career out of talking about them. But what actually are interest rates? Why do they exist? And why do they matter so much? Well, in the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to explain interest rates as simply as I possibly can. No complicated economics degree required. Stay with me for the full duration because this will help your trading and understanding of the markets. Let's chop straight into it. I'll start with the basics. An interest rate is simply the cost of borrowing money or the reward for saving it. That's it. Imagine your friend asks to borrow £100. A year later, they pay you back £105. The extra £5 is the interest. In other words, they paid £5 for the privilege of borrowing your money. Now imagine that on a much larger scale. Banks lend money to people buying houses, businesses expanding their operations, or someone financing a new car. Every loan has an interest rate attached to it. The higher the rate, the more expensive it becomes to borrow. The lower the rate, the cheaper borrowing becomes. Another way to think about this is to imagine money as something you rent, just like a car. If you rent a car for a weekend, you don't expect to return it without paying anything. The rental company charges you for using it. Borrowing money works in exactly the same way. You're temporarily using someone else's money, so you pay for a rental fee. That rental fee is called the interest. So if interest rates are simply the price of borrowing money, who decides what that price should be? Well, this is where central banks come in. In the UK, it's the Bank of England. In the US, it's the Federal Reserve. In Europe, it's the European Central Bank. Their job is to keep the economy as stable as possible, and one of the most powerful tools they have is changing interest rates. The biggest reason central banks adjust interest rates is to control inflation, which is simply the rate at which prices increase over time. Imagine your favourite pizza shop suddenly becomes incredibly popular. Everyone in town wants one, but they only make 100 pizzas a day. More people chasing the same number of pizzas mean the owner can start charging more. Prices rise because the demand is too high. That's inflation in the simplest form. It's not just pizzas, of course. It could be fuel, food, houses, or almost anything else. So how do central banks cool things down? They make borrowing more expensive by raising interest rates. Suddenly mortgages cost more. Car finances become more expensive. Businesses think twice before taking out loans, and people generally spend a little less money. When spending slows, demand starts to cool, and that helps to reduce inflation. On the other hand, if the economy is struggling and people aren't spending enough, central banks might cut interest rates. Borrowing becomes cheaper, businesses invest more, consumers spend more, and the economy gets a helping hand. But it's a balancing act. Raise rates too much and you risk slowing the economy too far. Keep rates too low for too long and inflation can run out of control. So what does this actually mean for you in everyday life? Well, let's say you've got a mortgage. If interest rates go up, your monthly repayments may increase, especially if you're on a variable rate mortgage, or you're coming to the end of a fixed deal. Suddenly, more of your salary goes towards paying the bank. The same applies to car finance, personal loans and credit cards. Borrowing becomes more expensive, so people often become more careful with their spending. It's not all bad news. If you've got money sitting in a savings account, high interest rates can actually work in your favour. Banks will often pay better returns on savings because they're also charging more to lend money. So while borrowers tend to dislike higher interest rates, savers often welcome them. That's why you'll hear people react very differently whenever a central bank announces a rate change. It depends entirely on whether they're borrowing money or they're saving it. Now let's bring this back to trading, because this is where things get really interesting. Why do Forex traders care so much about interest rates? Remember that currencies are bought and sold in pairs. You're always exchanging one currency for another. If one country's interest rates are significantly higher than another's, investors may decide they'd rather hold on to money in the country offering a better return. So imagine the UK offers interest rates of 5%, while another country is only offering 2%. Suddenly holding British pounds becomes more attractive because your money has the potential to earn a higher return. As more investors move their money into the UK, demand for the pound increases. And when demand increases, the value of a currency often rises too. Of course, it's never quite that simple. Interest rates are only one piece of the puzzle. Economic growth, inflation, unemployment, political events and market sentiment all play a role too. But interest rates are one of the biggest drivers of currency markets because they influence where money flows around the world. This is also why interest rate announcements are some of the biggest events on the Forex calendar. When the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England or the ECB announces its latest decision, markets pay attention immediately. Sometimes the interest rate itself isn't even the biggest surprise. It's what the central bank says afterwards. If investors expected rates to stay the same but the central bank hints they'll increase rates in the future, currencies can move sharply within seconds. Markets aren't just reacting to today's decision, they're constantly trying to price in what they think might happen next. That's why you'll often hear traders say the market already had it priced in. If everyone expected interest rates to stay at 5%, and they do stay at 5%, there may not be much reaction at all because investors were already expecting that outcome. But if rates unexpectedly rise to 5.25 or the central bank suddenly sounds much more aggressive about future rates increases, that's when you'll often see sharp moves across the Forex market. So let's quickly recap everything we've covered. Interest rates are simply the cost of borrowing money and the reward for saving it. Central banks raise them to slow inflation and cool the economy, or they lower them to encourage spending and support growth. They affect everyday life by changing mortgage payments, loan costs, credit card interest, and savings accounts. And for Forex traders, they matter because higher interest rates can attract investment into a country, increasing demand for its currency, and often strengthening its value. The next time you hear someone on the news say the Bank of England has raised interest rates, you'll know they're talking about far more than just mortgages. They're talking about inflation, economic growth, consumer spending, business investment, and potentially the direction of the currency markets too. It's one decision that sends ripples through almost every part of the economy. Hopefully that's made interest rates a little less intimidating and a lot easier to understand. If you found this video helpful, please do like, comment and subscribe. It means we can continue making these videos for you. And if there's another financial topic you've always wanted explained without the jargon, let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay sharp, trade smart, and I'll see you next time at the informed end.